Welcome everybody to the Carvana PPA Tour. It is the Hyundai Masters. We have people playing all over the place here at this beautiful Mission Hills Country Club, one of the invited properties. We're presented by Invited. We appreciate their partnership here. And Kyle, what a day of pickleball we've already had. Unbelievable finals, and we've watched when 4 people have been on the court all day long. Now we're only going to have 2 people on the court, and it's going to be singles. And Ben Johns has been playing doubles all day long. Now he's going to play singles. What is that mentality switch that he needs to have as he gets onto the court here at the Masters?
Yes, well, definitely a little paradigm. Modes on a dime, he's one of them, but generally the points are going to be a little bit shorter, a little bit more ground stroke heavy in singles, given that there's more passing shots available with only one person to hit it past. So I'm looking for him to shorten some points earlier on compared to his doubles matches earlier.
On the other side of the court will be Federico Staksrud, so maybe it takes Fed to take out the GOAT here. They have played twice. Ben Johns won both of them. One of them was a backdraw match in the PPA Peachtree Classic. We'll get you that score in a minute, but let's play pickleball. And Staksrud running Johns all over the court to start. So Peachtree Classic, Ben Johns won 18-16 in the backdraw, and then at the Tournament of Champions, it was Ben Johns winning 11-4, 11-9. So we'll see if that holds or if Staksrud can get his first ever victory against Ben. And more of that, please. What a point here on center from Staksrud and Johns.
And this is what you have to like and appreciate about singles. You look at the court coverage from both these guys. It is not just a test of skills out here, but really elite athleticism on full display.
And folks, obviously that is not Cameron Irwin. That is Kyle McKenzie, who's joined me in the booth for our 2 singles finals here. And we got a quick 0-0 across the board here. And that can happen in singles, bunches of side outs.
Yeah, these guys are aiming for very small targets on those passing shots. Really a good deep return really sets the tone for most of these points, makes it very hard for the server to score.
1-0. Football.
And here comes Staksrud. So a nice start, gets the missed return, and then that's the magic from Staksrud.
Yeah. Ben Johns can do a little bit of everything. He can kind of choose what identity he wants to play, but Staksrud's superpower is elite ground strokes on both sides and following those ground strokes in to shrink the size of the court from Ben Johns on those volleys.
And he is definitely shrinking that court there, put some pressure on Johns, and what a start for Staksrud, 3-0.
Point.
Another short return, Kyle, and it is the Fed show. Yeah, and with all the variety that Ben Johns has, really the premium for him is going to be depth and quality returns. Otherwise, his first volley is going to be put under so much pressure.
And Staksrud's like, come on, man. Like, I'm on a nice roll here. I hit a good deep serve.
It's a savvy move to break a momentum right there.
Well done. If you're not going to call a timeout, Ben, you're going to rip one off the tape and let it trickle over.
Point.
And the other interesting part of the way this works is singles was on Thursday. That seems like months ago now, Kyle. So you got to find that again.
Yeah, Staksrud's been gearing up for this, but, with Ben Johns going as far as he has in doubles, like we mentioned, it's a little bit of a mental shift for him as he starts this match.
Yeah, a little frustrated on that. We saw him absolutely tattooing 2-handed backhand winners on Thursday in the singles. Missed that one. And bails himself out of not the best return again, but the volley cleaned up his own mess.
Yeah, so tough to pull that back across your body, but that is really the only opening when Staksrud is closing in like that.
So 1-4 here in game 1, best 2 out of 3. And there's the 2-E from the shot before that had a little more time and wasn't pulled quite so far off the court.
Yeah, said fool me once,
2-4.
but the next time I'm going to straighten that one out.
Side
And a
out.
nice use of the two-hander from Staksrud there. So Ben is certainly not frustrated, but he's at least contemplative in his head about what's going on here. This Staksrud is
4-2.
coming.
Well, and he was in control at that point, so he definitely liked to get that one back. Great shot by Staksrud.
Point.
And again, you know, John's going for that same volley back cross court, but we mentioned how difficult that is. Just barely caught the tape there on that one.
Yeah, just a little chatty with himself here is the top seed, and Staksrud has done well. He actually beat
5-2.
Rafa Hewitt when we had Fed versus Rafa in the final, which was a lot of fun in Atlanta.
Side out.
That sails deep there. So nice 5-2 lead for Staksrud. Again, if you're new to singles, if your score is
2-5.
even, you serve from the right. Score is odd, you serve from the left. You don't get two serves like doubles unless you win the point.
Point.
And technically, you could have 11 serves, Kyle. You'd love to do that.
Just lead after lead
Yeah.
after lead. Yeah.
Or just win the point
3-5.
after win the
Well,
point.
that's a simpler way, absolutely.
So again, the ability to take that two-y down the line.
Yeah, especially when his opponent is returning cross court, having to run diagonally, often just a
4-5.
little bit further distance to go, and opens up that that opening for the down the line pass.
Side out.
Beautiful court coverage from Staksrud, and this is as much as I've seen Ben Johns talking to himself in a game one in a long time. He is
5-4.
a little frustrated with himself, but it also shows me he is really engaged in this.
Yeah, to me,
Point.
Dave, I think it's a compliment to Staksrud. I
Yeah.
think he has a lot of respect for the level that Staksrud can find, knows how difficult he is to play when he starts to get
6-4.
that momentum, and Ben wants to put a stop to it right away.
Side out.
Ooh, and that's, you know, that is the one right there where got a good look at one, and you know, to beat the best, you just got to make that ball. Now, you may not win the point, but you got to make that particular ball.
4-6.
So 4-6 here.
Point.
And now it is Staksrud kicking the ground on the
Yep.
other side. So, hey, you made it to Championship
5-6.
Sunday. It's going to be okay. Keep playing. Oh, filth. Filth and a fist pump.
Yeah, and so this is where, you know, with Staksrud, you know what you're kind of going to get out of him. With Ben Johns, like I mentioned, he's capable of playing so many styles. I think
6-6.
he's really trying to figure out the best version of himself to match up to give Staksrud some trouble.
Point.
And another rope forehand from Ben Johns. So he
Timeout,
went
receiver,
inside out on
7-6.
one, then pulls one down the line, and the lead is gone. We are tied at 6, and Ben Johns probably will talk to himself less when he is tied or in front. We'll see what the conversation is when we come back.
Just sold the car to Carvana. Okay, hit play, please.
What? When did you do that?
I just did it the other day. All I had to do was enter the VIN or license plate, answer a couple of questions, and got a real offer in seconds. Then they just picked up the car and paid me right on the spot.
I can finally quit my job and become an actor. No, you're right.
Sell your car at Carvana.com today.
We owe great times to good friends, to the glasses that spark conversation, to the ideas that then pour out. Ours came from a night like that, and somehow survived the morning after, to make our own tequila. It wasn't meant to leave our house, but since we made this for friends, we thought it wouldn't hurt to make a few more. Grab a glass, amigo. Our tequila is your tequila. Our casa is your casa.
Welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming with Kyle McKenzie. It is Championship Sunday at the first stop on the Carvana PPA Tour. We're at the Hyundai Masters, presented by Invited. Everybody's wearing white, and Ben Johns has erased a deficit and actually up one here at 7-6 in game number one. Best 2 out of 3. Oh, and that sails just deep.
That.
Ben looks over at Anisha Smith and says, what did you see? He could challenge that. I don't think that ball was close enough to challenge. It looked like it definitely missed.
6-7. Side out.
Weird bounce there. So Ben Johns gets it back now. Again, 7-6 game one. And there's that just wicked roll dink.
Yeah, that's the signature shot from Ben Johns, right? He has the ability, even when he's pulled out wide, to play an extreme angle shot. And if you sit cross court, he can easily pull it up the line. It's kind of a guessing game, unfortunately, playing him in those scenarios.
And now he's hitting absolute bullets cross court as well. So he's pulled it down the line, inside out winner, and now an absolute blast. So everything going his way right now.
Yeah, and he doesn't appear to be settling for the backhand anymore. He's trying to implement his will early. If he can find the forehand, he's going to.
Point.
Another fist pump by Ben Johns. And, you know, I talked about all the conversation he was having with himself. He's engaged in this.
He wants to bring home this title really bad.
10-6.
You can tell. And so far, he's playing lights out.
Game point here for Ben Johns.
Point game.
And that catches the baseline. I wondered what Staksrud was doing, but he was just going to get his towel. I thought, oh no, are we going to have another ghost paddle tap situation? But no, he was going to get his towel, wipe off his brow, and head to the other side. Ben Johns absolutely dominating the second half of that. We'll be back with game number 2.
Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. Paddle Tech, let's go again.
Welcome back, everybody. Dave Fleming with Kyle McKenzie. And Kyle, the GOAT's playing like the GOAT.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be very challenging for Staksrud here. He's going to need to go on some big runs on his serve. Johns is playing so well on his serve. It's tough to slow him down.
Side out.
And if that ball doesn't bounce, he just reaches into the kitchen and just paralyzes you because you don't know which side to run to.
0-0.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it can really be a guessing game at times with him. It's like he's got you on a string.
Side out.
Beautiful volley from Staksrud there. So the interesting thing is we haven't seen Johns bring the two-y cross court, so we'll see if that continues or not. But Staksrud, I think, getting a lead will be important for him here. He needs a little confidence coming out of a tough end of game number 1.
Side out. 0-0. Point.
You know, and even though Staksrud lost that point, I like the shot selection early on. I think as Ben was trying to get into that cat and mouse, Staksrud was trying to almost
1-0.
bail out early because he didn't want to play it. I think it was a good attempt to move that ball around. Doesn't want to do too much of that, but at the same point, doesn't want to play wild. Nice, good deep return from him there. It looks like he's going to get the ball back on the serve.
Ben still talking to himself there. So this is a guy that wants to win 11-0. He's holding himself accountable over there.
Such a challenging volley that Ben hit right there. If he would have hit that backhand cross court at full strength, it would have gone wide.
Yes.
Just able to kiss it enough to open up that angle and keep it in the court.
And these short returns from Staksrud are just setting off a series of very unfortunate events for Staksrud.